Hi there, this is Monument Mom. It has been a while since I've been able to join you, but I want to say that I'm glad to be back and welcome if this is your first time joining me. My name is Monument Mom. I am a mom living in a big city in a tiny house on a very small budget. And so on this channel, I talk about everything homeschool, budget, living a thrifty life, ups and downs of everything. I just chat. And so today I have come to talk about the homeschool selections for 2019, 2020. Wow, I can't even believe it's 2020 that we're talking about, but 2020 and the options that we're going to be using in our homeschool for enhancements. Those are just the things to make life or school a little bit more enjoyable. Let me straighten up this shirt. It looks very wrinkled. Anyway, so with that, I will say also for housekeeping purposes, this video is being produced for collaboration, and that collaboration is hosted by Mia and Mommy Homeschool. So hosted by Ingrid and Mommy and Mia Homeschool. Sorry about that. As well as the Homeschooling Grammy and bloggers Mama Whithaven and Dire Time. So I hope I said that correct. Wonderful group of women that have come together to talk about their homeschool plans. You can get some of the information on YouTube, and the others have a blog where they share what they plan to do. So with that, I always say time is of the essence, and let's get started. So I have a ninth grader. And so as we move into our homeschool plans, I started to think about ways that we can make homeschool a little bit more fun. And so I think that many of us are constantly looking for ways to reinvent that fun experience. Now, I'm not saying that I think that every day we're in here doing cartwheels and using hula hoops and there's this circus feel. I'm not saying that. But one of the reasons we decided to homeschool was because we wanted the opportunity to have school or learning in a 3D way, right? So not just books, maybe it's also video, maybe it's also a hands-on activity. Whatever it was, our kiddo needed learning to happen on various forms and formats. And so with that, I looked at how I would deliver that this school year. So one of the items that we actually subscribed to this year, get comfortable. One of the items that we subscribe to this year is Letters from Afar. And so I think a lot of people have already started using it. We have not started to use it. So we will start homeschooling again at the end of July. We took a firm break. I needed a break, and actually my kiddo needed a break. And so during that break, I beefed up my subscriptions to several add-ons, which I'll be sharing with you. And so we have a stockpile of these letters that we will go through. And so this is how it looks. I think a lot of people have already used this. It's Letters from Afar. So the idea is that they are following an explorer or an adventurer, someone that's traveling, and they are telling you all about the country and the customs in which they're supposed to be at presently. And so with this, we will watch a video. So in this case, it's Tuscany. We will find Tuscany on the map. We will do a little bit of geography there. And then we will also watch a video or two about Tuscany and about the life of people there, in addition to using this letter. We may even also try to make an Italian dish. So that is Letters from Afar. The other letter that we subscribe to, which is fairly new, I only have one so far and I haven't used it. Again, we're using these for the next school year. It's called the Heritage Letter. So the Heritage Letter doesn't look as fancy as the Letters from Afar, but the Heritage Letter, let me see if I can bring it in closer. It's supposed to be a letter about an icon and someone in American history. So for this month, it's George Washington Carver, and it came with a postcard, some facts about his life on the back, and a quote, and then this botanic card about the peanut, the plant that goes along with that. They also have a lot of downloads and extra references on their site that you can use to enhance the lesson. And then they also have it grouped according to the age or grade of your child. So I will use this and I will let you know later what we thought about Heritage Letter. Okay, so the next item that we will use to enhance, many of you know what this is. It's the Universal Yum Box. So we opened this one already. This one was from Israel. We still have a few more snacks to go through. And so we have several boxes of this. And so we started to rate the snacks. There's a card in there. We rated the snacks. And so we use this in a very similar way. They have a map in here, kind of like a close-up of where Israel is, but we also just reference our globe and our atlas. Okay, and so then there's this whole welcome pack, and within this they have some trivia questions. So we played the game, we did the mapping. They had some facts in there like that I didn't even know. Like I think Israel had the highest per capita of sushi restaurants in the world, and I was really surprised about that. I was not expecting that. But then they also have a recipe. So I think this product has been out for a while, and I think people have tried it. We had not, so we jumped on it this time, and it will be a way to explore another country, their culture in real time. So I would say this, if you don't want to do this, so I don't know how long we'll be subscribing to any of these products, because again, I try to live on a very small budget. So what you could do if you did not want to subscribe to this is, if you live in an area where they have an international market or a rural market, you can just decide that there's one country or two countries that you want to explore, go to that market or rural market, go in there and get 2 or 3 food items from there, fresh and or packaged, and then explore in that way, print out a map, find some facts about that country on the computer, print them out, and bam. So, I mean, that would probably take a little bit more effort because you'll actually have to do the legwork. But if you maybe decide 3 or 4 countries based on the market that you go to, your gross local international market, if you go ahead and get 2 or 3 items at one time from different countries, you can probably do some lesson plans around that pretty quickly, and it would not cost you as much as the Universal Yum Box. But we're using it for right now, and I will do a review of that later on. So again, I'm sticking with the whole theme of enhancements and different ways that we're using to deliver information on various levels. So we will also continue with the male chemistry kit. So this is male science. If you have not seen these, I highly recommend these. I don't say that about a whole lot of products, but someone suggested it to me last year. I gave it a try, and boy, I was pretty pleased with it. Not only the starter kit came with a lot of beakers and other items that I didn't have, which is great, but each box comes with 2 or 3. So I think this one came with 3 different experiments. Yeah, 3 different experiments. So usually definitely 2, sometimes 3. They give you the chemistry. So they give you everything there. I'm trying to like read this and talk to you, but what I want to say is it's a turnkey operation. You open the box, your child can work on the experiment. Depending on the age of your child, they can almost do this on their own. And this year, I'm going to start creating a lab sheet, or I'm just going to find one online, create a lab sheet that will go along with this so that they are predicting what will happen before and then writing the results, as well as all of the supplies that they use and blah, blah, blah. So I would say this can also be somewhat pricey, but I think it is well worth it, because if you're busy and you have so many things to do, For each experiment in this box, you can do it 2, maybe 3 times. So if you have multiple kids, I know that it will at least allow you to do it twice. And so with that, I would say go for it. We love the male science kits. So let's talk about some of the books that I picked up. I grabbed this book, and I think I ordered it from Amazon. It's called Landmarks, Building Bridges and Landmarks, A Complete History. And I got this to go along with an engineering unit that we will be doing, as well as history. They have paper, what I like about it, and it's like thick paper models of various landmarks throughout history and through across countries. I think my kiddo is going to really like this. I'm not going to pull it out for every lesson, because when you start doing something for each lesson, then it gets a little monotonous and it's not as enjoyable. But I will definitely use this. Like, they have Notre Dame in here, they have the Parthenon, they have Chichen Itza. So I think there are various ways. The Colosseum, this year we're going to be doing some ancient studies, and I definitely will be using the Parthenon and the Colosseum as we study those ancient civilizations. So I got this off Amazon, and I'm pretty happy with it. I thought I saw on some blog that someone also said this is available at Michael's, and you can probably use a coupon. Sometimes for me, getting in a car and driving someplace, unless I have multiple errands, I live in a city with a lot of traffic, it's just not worth it for me. So I ordered this through Amazon. The other thing that I ordered, the other book that I ordered that I will be using in a slightly different way, is the Usborne, is History of the World in 100 stickers. So I got this pretty discounted on Amazon. But it's just a timeline history book. They have short little blurbs about what would have occurred during that time period. And then they have all the stickers in the back. And that's actually why I purchased this, is because this year we will be doing a lot of notebooking. And so I can share that in another lesson. I don't want to go into a lot of detail. I kind of did a trial run of it during the spring, right at the beginning of the summer, like the last few days that we were in formal school. And I had my kiddo do a unit study on sharks, just using a few books, and he did notebooking pages along with that. And he really liked it, and it was very straightforward. And so I know that is the way we will cover history and a lot of the units this year. And I thought, instead of copying a bunch of clip art and getting a lot of different books, that I would just get one book that had different stickers from different time periods, and then he can just add those to his notebooking pages as we go through. And this book I know I got for less than $5 on Amazon. So let me move quickly. The other few items I want to show you are some new games we're adding. We are big game schoolers. And so I picked up a few games that I will share here. I will also share a separate video where I only talk about the new games that we will be using or adding to our game school cabinet. But for the essence of time today, I pulled 3 that I wanted to share. So I got this one. This is called Number Game. It is just like Sudoku, or it is Sudoku. They just don't call it that here. But it's a board, and it has a book in there that tells you how to set up the tiles for different challenges, and then you add on. So I thought this would be great. We actually like to do this in a book form, and so we've never tried this game puzzle-like, and so I'm curious to see how this works. But I think this would be great, because unlike a book, you have to do everything in your head. You have to see the moves in advance. If not, you're just constantly erasing. With this, you can put down the tiles, and if you have to, you can move them if they don't work. So we have that. The other game that we got was a Quictionary. So this was, for the school year, but I tried it out a couple of days ago, and my family really liked it. It's a card game. It is much harder than it appears. So within this box, there are 3 decks of cards, and they're different colors, blue, yellow, and red. You have to flip over each one. So this says associated with science, contains the letter B, and has an even number of letters. So you put down all 3 of these cards, and the first person to come up with the word that fits the 3 categories gets the point for that round. The first person to get 5 points is the winner. Let me tell you, it took a while to get to 5 points. So I would say it's a great game. Oh gosh, it's mind-boggling. It's a great brain teaser. It's good for vocabulary, because sometimes you think quickly like science and B, but then it has to meet, sometimes the syllables can't have more than 2 syllables or whatever. And so because the cards are mixed up randomly, you never know what combination you're going to get. We loved it. Sorry. And I got this again from Amazon. The last game and the last thing I'm going to show you here that I got from Amazon is called Topia. I haven't opened this up to kind of take a look at it, but I know that the object of this game is for each player to get the 4 quadrants to complete their brain. So these little things pop out and they're 4 pieces. And excuse me, in order to win, you have to get all 4 pieces. So there are different challenges. Like this one, you have to like visually figure out which one of these is the correct missing piece. For the cube, you have to quickly solve the maze. And then there are also pieces in here that are tactile in nature, like they actually have a texture. So I have not really gone through the directions enough to explain it to you, but I belong on a Facebook game schooling community, and people were talking about this. I picked it up. And what I did know, this game was really inexpensive. It was probably like $3.99. And it's a very good quality game that the pieces are. What I did know is it was like an add-on for Amazon. So people kept saying it was an add-on. So Amazon, when you buy products, then there are these other products that you can add on. So with the add-on, this was only like $2.99 or $3.99, much cheaper than the regular price if you just go on and purchase it. So with that, I am wrapping this video up. If you have not subscribed to me, why don't you? I talk about everything, again, related to homeschooling and living on a budget, and I would love to have you a part of my community. I'm going to try to get comfortable again. So with that, please take a minute to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, as well as watch the other videos for the other women that are part of this collaboration. And where they don't have a video, hop on over to their blog and read their blog and comment. I'm curious, how are you enhancing your school year for next year? With that, take care and come back to see me again. Bye.